I go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. Leave you stankin', nigga. What the fuck you thinking, nigga? I won't die for this shit or what the fuck I said. Front yard, broad day with the SK. See Gucci, that's my motherfucking nigga. I hang in the down with them hit squad killers. Walk a flock of flame on the hood ass
press, and this is what Dan Gilbert had to say about LeBron that wasn't in that letter. He said he quit, not just in Game 5, he's talking about Boston, but in Games 2, 4, and 6. Watch the tape. The Boston series was unlike anything in the history of sports for a superstar. It's not about him leaving, it's the disrespect. It's time for people to hold these athletes accountable for their actions. Is this the way you raise your children? I've been holding all of this in for a long time.
Many of you are probably asking, why am I putting Dan Gilbert's speech in the intro of my video? Well, it all has a big part to the point I'm going to take this. Welcome. Thanks for your time to watching Hot Sizzle's channel. I'm going to try to inform you on my opinions on what's going on with the Miami Heat and LeBron Wade, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and my outtake on it. I know you guys heard it from different analysts and everybody else's expectation, but from my outtake, I personally believe the Heat are way overrated. And the reason why I think that is because you can't have 3 superstars, no bench, no real big men, no down low game, and expect to win the NBA championship against Boston Celtics, Orlando, Lakers, the Spurs. That's not gonna happen, especially with the type of game Dwayne Wade and LeBron play. LeBron is a facilitator, whether he likes to admit it or not. He has to have the ball in his hand for him to be an effective playmaker. The same with Dwayne Wade. This is why it poses a conflict, because Dwayne Wade has the same similar style of play as LeBron. Dwayne Wade, I would say, is more of a killer assassin, but LeBron is looking to do more than just scoring when he has the ball in his hand, like getting other people involved. Then you got Chris Bosh, who has yet to show up this season, like the Bosh we know in Toronto. I don't know what happened. The big three is definitely not falling. My little suggestions that I have for Miami Heat is that LeBron needs to play point guard. I think he just needs to face it. He gave up his dominant role. He had his chance to be outshine MJ and all this other Kobe. I mean, I personally believe it was ever going to happen, but even if he had stayed in Cleveland, but he had his chance. So now he has to take the Robin role, the Batman, and he's going to be Robin. He has to take the sidekick role. There's nothing wrong with it. Scottie Pippen is still considered a Hall of Famer. I think LeBron James could still be another Magic Johnson. I'm not a LeBron fan at all, but I'm trying to speak the truth as just an NBA watcher. I was a fan of the NBA, pretty much. I am a D Wade fan, though. I think D Wade needs to be the primary scorer. I believe the ball needs to be in LeBron's hand, and he just needs to facilitate as usual. I still think D Wade can still do a lot of the things that he has done before LeBron has arrived. And I think that when you have it run that way, I think you're having more than one option, in a sense, who you're going to, as opposed to if Wade's trying to score and LeBron's trying to score, and then you don't know who to go to after that, and both of them are off. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like if LeBron's playing point guard, D Wade's playing shooting guard, then maybe you have James Jones play small forward, then Bosh, and then Haslam, or whatever, however you want to run it, Joel Anthony, Ilgauskas, center. It doesn't really matter. But and I think also when Bosh is playing, LeBron and Wade need to be resting. This will give Bosh enough time to do his thing while Wade and Braun is sitting down getting some rest, you know. So now the down low, he can be the primary scorer and, you know, run Eddie House and James Jones, some people that cut to the basket and people that are shooters, you know. Put out Haslam out there, you know, people that can help secure a lead or, you know, a hard-working team while Wade and Braun is on the bench. I believe Bosh should get more minutes when Wade and LeBron is sitting on the bench, and I believe that Bosh should be the primary scorer. That's just a few suggestions there. And in my personal belief, who's better, Kobe or LeBron? I'm gonna have to say Kobe, because Kobe has a killer instinct. He has a competitive drive. Of course, skillfully he's better, but I think the type of player LeBron is, he can do more just because of his size and his passing ability. But for the most part, Kobe Bryant, because, you know, you always want that person that you have that you can always rely on. LeBron doesn't have the competitiveness at all, which is why I'm making this video, and this is why I had the Dan Gilbert video up at first. I was reading something on Slam Online, you can check it on the links in the description of this video, that he's blaming the coach for the loss against Celtics last night. He tweeted it. He said LeBron James blames Coach Spovall. I forgot his name. I don't even know how to say it. If y'all know how to say it, you know who I'm talking about. The coach for the Miami Heat. He blames him because LeBron thinks he played too many minutes. He said, "For myself, 44 minutes is too much. I think Coach Spo knows that 44 minutes for D-Wade is too much too. We have as much energy as we can to finish, so we can have as much energy in the game so we can to finish them." And then, I mean, I totally disagree with it. I think the Heat were down the whole game, and I think the coach didn't do nothing wrong, you know. I disagree with LeBron. If you're trying to win the game, I think you need to have your star players in there to give you a chance to stay in the game, you know. I believe that if this was Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or anybody that's just competitive, I believe they wouldn't be complaining about how many minutes you have, you know. This guy's getting paid almost damn near a max contract to play basketball, something he loves to do. I understand that you get tired and fatigued, but your team is trying to win a very important game of the season. It's not like you're playing against the Philadelphia 76ers, you know. You could just slack them, you know. But this is a crucial game that can set the tone going into the playoffs or the second half of the season, because Boston's gonna be 2-0 in the series, home and away. And then, you know, when Boston looks in the playoffs now, they know that they can dominate you guys and know how to beat you guys. And LeBron's supposed to be like, yeah, you know, I'm ready for the challenge more, but he's looking for an excuse again. And it seems like he's a quitter. I don't like that personality at all, man. That's not a good trait if you're a professional basketball player. You should always respect the other team. You should always respect your coach, even if you disagree with the coach, because, you know, the coach is a coach for a reason. I think the best way most of the time of shutting a coach up or showing them how to do it is just to literally go out and show them how to do it. LeBron definitely just needs to take some competitive pills, because I don't know, man, he really lacks. Just seeing that Twitter comment blaming it on the coach for the loss, that just sounds like a lame excuse. And I don't know, man, he's really fueling the fans for this one. All the LeBron haters out there, definitely. Ray Allen is like 10 years older than LeBron, and he played 42 minutes. I don't know, man. LeBron James is 25 years old. He's in the 9th game of his season. They're playing their new bitter rival. He should be playing the whole damn game, in my opinion. That doesn't make any sense. But I love how the media is pointing it out, his hypocrisy. Soon he'll realize that the silver spoon he once got from the NBA is going to be taken away soon. And I think that's a good thing, because LeBron has been able to be the best magician possible. He shows up, and then when he doesn't show up, it's somebody else's fault. The best trick in the NBA. You know, he wants to be considered great with no penalties when it's time to lose. But I think the Miami's definitely is going to improve, so we're not even worried about that too much. You know, they're gonna look awesome and mad dominant against whack teams. But on good teams, they're gonna have a hard time. They did play Orlando and they did smack them, but I believe Orlando didn't show up. You know, Orlando's a funny team, man, for real. Like, one minute they can play whack teams and they'll just dominate, but when they play a good team, sometimes they have a chance of sometimes not showing up, and that's most of the time just missing open threes. Most of their offense is based off open threes, so sometimes they can just miss open threes, you know, miss layups. Dwight Howard foul troubles. It's just little small things. It's not like the Heat did too much defensively to stop them. The Heat did play great defense, but I think really Dwight Howard should have killed them at the center position, because that's what the Heat's are lacking. And realistically, if you was play by paper, Orlando should have won that, but they didn't. Wade went off. Can't really say much about that. D-Wade is a monster. But this was my solution for the Miami Heat. I still think they're overrated. I believe they're going to get 60 wins. Most people are like, how can a team be overrated if they're going to get 60 wins? Well, they were projected to win 70 plus wins, but they're overrated in a sense that people are declaring them champions and a power rank. You know, when you already have teams that are already established. So, this is Hot Sizzle's channel. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned for the next episode.
And you know, for me, I'm not an excuse guy, and the fact that I spoil a lot of people with my play. You have a bad game here or there. You had 3 bad games in a 7-year career. Then you know, it's easy to point that out. So you know, when you just got to be better. Me, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be out there and try to be great, be the best player on the court. And when I'm not, then I feel bad for myself, you know, because I'm not going out there and doing the things that I know I can do. But I don't hang my head low or make excuses about anything that may be going on, because that's just not the type of player and the type of person I am.